Question 116. Basal nuclei and their connections. The basal nuclei are grey matter embedded into white matter hemispheres, and they are important components of extrapyramidal motor system and belong to subcortical motor centers. We have the caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus. This is thalamus, but not a basal nuclei. Firstly, the caudate nucleus. It has a head, a body, and a tail. The head is in the frontal lobe, the body is in the parietal lobe, and the tail is in the temporal lobe. Now it is partly embedded into white matter because its medial surface, this is head of caudate nucleus at different levels, and the medial surface border lateral ventricles. So that's why it's partly embedded into white matter. And here again you can see this is the body of caudate nucleus. This is lentiform nucleus. This is thalamus. The caudate nucleus is divided from thalamus by stria terminalis, terminal stria. This contains thalamostriate vein, this one. This is stria terminalis. And caudate nucleus is divided from lentiform nucleus by internal capsule. Now the lentiform nucleus, you can see, is shaped like a biconvex lens. It is embedded completely into white matter, and it is separated from both caudate nucleus and thalamus by internal capsule. And the lentiform nucleus consists of two parts. You have the putamen and globus pallidus. Now the caudate nucleus and lentiform nucleus are divided into a functional subdivision, where you have globus pallidus, it's called pallidum, and then the putamen and caudate nucleus forms the striatum. Now that's the functional subdivision of basal nuclei. Here you can see again caudate nucleus, lentiform, with putamen, globus pallidus, internal capsule, lateral ventricle, and stria terminalis, thalamus. Now the connections of the basal nuclei goes back and forth between the functional subdivision. So you have fibers going from the striatum to the pallidum, which is this one. And then you have, from the pallidum, you have fibers going back and forth to the subthalamus, back and forth to the thalamus, back and forth to the substantia nigra in brainstem, and then you have fibers going from the pallidum to hypothalamus, and from the pallidum to reticular formation. Now the striatum, you had fiber going from striatum to pallidum, and you also have fibers from striatum going back and forth to substantia nigra in brainstem, back and forth to reticular formation. No, only to the striatum from reticular formation. And you also have fibers going from thalamus to the striatum, and from the cortex going to striatum.